What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bet Karma Live. I'm Bet Karma Chris, bringing you the 2-minute warning on Monday night. We've been doing the podcast or video cast on Thursdays, but we're moving it to Monday. No one was able to jump on with me tonight, but I wanted to get on and talk for a few minutes about what we saw in the first half of this game. I think we're at the 2-minute warning right now. Looks like the Giants came to play tonight. Wasn't expecting much fight out of them, but think with the Daniel Jones, I mean, the guy's playing hard. He's running out, laying blocks. A poor block. Thought he got drilled. Worried he's going to get hurt. Looks funny, though. The Cowboys come out of a bye week struggling with interceptions, a fumble that's putting the Giants in these games. What are they doing? It seems like good coaches like Andy Reid, they come out of bye weeks. Bill Belichick, and other big-time coaches, and they don't lose. They don't come out looking sloppy, but then you have teams like the Browns and the Cowboys here with Jason Garrett coming out looking sloppy, fresh out. They should be fresh, ready to go. They need to keep pace now that the Eagles are winning some games, and you got to win an easily winnable game against the Giants. I know they got some energy in the building, got the old uniforms on, but definitely a winnable game for the Giants. For the Dallas Cowboys here. And the biggest thing you take out of this game is if you haven't been betting the unders in the first half in games of these big time or prime time football games, Thursdays and Mondays, it's been hitting a lot, and I guess continue playing the under in these games until they start going over. We'll look. We're almost done with the first half. We got a minute 5 seconds on my television. Not sure if you're following along and you're watching on a stream. Usually it's a little behind. We got 2nd and 10 from about the 50. The Giants 50 right now. I'm getting text messages from Travis telling me something to do. Click the eyeball on the text so the scrolling nonsense doesn't show up. Got it. Boom. I got it all jacked up. Never fix this. No clue. I don't know if that worked. Video capture. I'm all screwed up. Didn't fix it. Obviously, when you solo on your first time, you're going to have some hiccups. So I will try to get the thing off. Boom. Figured it out. So that's not going through. That's supposed to say something like Bet Karma's the best out there. So if you haven't signed up for us, check us out at betkarma.com. Sign up. I know last week was free. We're going to start going premium plays here. I'm sure there's some sort of promotion that's going on right now if you do sign up. It looks like Cowboys, as I was doing that, the Cowboys scored a touchdown. So it's 12-10 currently, under a minute to go. So that first half under at 24 should hit unless the Giants take one to the house here. Got 52 seconds left in the first half. I was hoping that this game would get down a little quicker so I could look at the second half line. Current live bet is a pick for the Cowboys. If you could live bet the Cowboys, I believe it's 45 for the over-under and a pick right now. I would definitely take the Cowboys in this game to win. I think the Giants will fight. They'll keep playing hard, but Dallas will win outright. That was a big touchdown. Looks like a 42-yard touchdown pass to Jarwin for the Cowboys. So if you have Dak Prescott on your fantasy team, he will get a few points for that one. I'm not sure how many people are playing Jarwin, but you'll get some points for them. I expect the Giants to keep fighting, but Cowboys should win. So if you can get them on a pick right now, showing just updated live bet is -3.5. Cowboys are +3.5 for the Giants. Again, I am going to wait till halftime, see what the second half line is, and then go from there. But if you do have the under, looking solid. Looking at the weekend games, man, I took a couple of bad beats. I don't know how you get on the end of these things. The Indianapolis game was a +1.5 when we locked in, thinking you got Vinatieri going for a field goal, but I guess it's been a venture this year. He misses that one, so I lose by half point in that game. Had Tampa +5.5, which is the line they put out. Thinking you're going to cover that game easily all game. They go into overtime. You're hoping for a field goal. Of course, Seattle hoses you. If you took Tampa with me, hoses you on that last and scores a touchdown. I don't think I've gotten Seattle right this year. I bet on them. They kill me. I bet against them. They kill me. Also had the Bears +5, giving up a field goal with under 25 seconds to go. Lose that one. There's one other game that I was on the wrong side of that just could have been either way. So it was a rough weekend for me in the NFL. Did pretty well in the college slate. 48 seconds left here in the first half. Hope everybody is signed up. If you haven't, please, go to betkarma.com. Jump on, sign in for the premium plays. You can also check us, a lot of the guys out at dfskarma.com. They're pushing out plays for daily fantasy. We're pushing out stuff for betting. And if you haven't signed up, please do. 48 seconds left. Hopefully this game will run out here and I can get a live second half score. Usually we talk a little bit more about lines coming up. Incomplete pass, 43 seconds to go. Jones looks solid though for the Giants. Ingram, solid, tight end. Now he's healthy. He's obviously got some pace to him. Jones looks pretty good. He looks comfortable back there. The defensive line for the Cowboys is getting in. If you are a Giants fan, I think you got a future going. They got that guy Leonard, who looks like he's playing hard, and hopefully he continues. But their offense, maybe one more offensive lineman too in the offseason. You got Barkley, you got now a tight end. That guy Slayton makes some big catches, and he seems to be a favorite target for Jones. Jones looks decent. It's got some speed, so it's better than watching Eli out there who can't. He trips over his own feet, falls down. Over the years you've seen Eli scramble and he's running for a first down and he dies. He fumbles the ball forward. So Jones just seems to be a more athletic version of Eli, and he has some. He has an elite arm. I think throws the ball pretty well, pretty accurate. Get it downfield. Interception. Cowboys pick it off. 28 seconds, taking it down to the Giants 40. And maybe I spoke too soon on this under. Oh man, 12. We got 22 right now. Cowboys ball with 25 seconds to go on the Giants 40. Daniel Jones tried to go deep and overthrew, just as I was talking about his arm and accuracy. Overthrows the guy. Safety picks it off, brings it back to the 40. So we'll see what happens here. I guess Slayton was going for it. Just looks like he's underthrew it a little bit. But good news is, the Giants should be on their way up after a few years of dismal play with Eli behind the center. Eli's a good dude, man. He came out, he won 2 Super Bowls for the Giants. You got to give him credit for the years that he played significantly well. But he's just not what he was. And we got to get him. We got to get him out of there. I am a Giants fan, so I've been watching for years. So it's good that he's moving on. So we'll see if he goes and plays somewhere else next year. Let's talk about the Bears for a second. I had high hopes for the Bears this year coming out of that season. I thought that they showed signs that they weren't going to take a step back and maybe go forward. But Mitch Trubisky has not been the QB that we needed him to be for them to take that step forward. I don't know if they're going to start Chase Daniels or not, but it's looking worse and worse for Mitch. Their defense, I think, has started to erode from how bad the offense is, and they're spending too much time on the field, and it's causing the defense to wear down and not make the plays that they were making. The Eagles look like they figured it out a little bit. Got the running game going. Deshaun Jackson's back. I mean, that guy's got speed for days. He just runs by guys, and that helps with a guy like Wentz that can throw the ball and improves his yards per reception, yards per pass. It goes up about 2 yards per pass when you got D-Jax on the field. So they look pretty good. Right now, I would say that they have the edge over the Dallas Cowboys in the division. Lamar Jackson. I've been on Twitter with some of the guys today. I didn't think that Baltimore would be very good this year. I put in a write up early on that he was going to be dismal. Lamar Jackson wasn't very good, but he looks pretty solid. I mean, obviously he's got elite speed, and people wanted to put him at wide receiver, and you can see why. The guy can run. He's ridiculous. You can't tackle him. He's like a video game. He's the same way kind of Mike Vick was when he first came out, that he just has that different level of speed that you don't see too often, especially among elite athletes in the NFL. I mean, these guys are running. Some of the defensive linemen run sub 4.7 40s. I mean, this is very fast, and for a guy like Lamar that runs and just is making guys miss and change direction, and he plants his foot just like a running back, gets up the field, and he's been protecting himself. I figured he'd be hurt by week 6, so retracting some of that, he's been playing very well. And I guess Baltimore has no real competition in that North Division. I thought that the Browns would be able to pull it together, but as it were, the Browns' nickname is the Clowns, so they can't ever get it together. I don't think they. It's just going to be a meltdown from here. OBJ is going to get louder and louder, and it's just going to be a disaster going forward. So the Giants did themselves a favor to get rid of him. He's not really focused on playing football. He's got clown shoes on, or they're the Joker shoes. He's more interested in having visors, watches, clown shoes. So, why do you need him on your team at this point? You can't cut him, obviously, but at the end of the year, you definitely should be looking to trade him and not pay him, the multi-year contract. Get him on some other team, send him to the Raiders, see if they can turn him around like Antonio Brown. Big pickup for Seattle, getting Josh Gordon. Rumors were out that they were looking at Antonio Brown. So hopefully Josh Gordon gets going up there. He was an elite receiver, obviously in and out of a league for the last couple of years, and you'd like to see a guy like that get back on track, get to play. I mean, the guy got to play with Tom Brady, and he's getting ready to play with Russell Wilson, who's been carrying Seattle on his back. They're down, at one point late in the game to Tampa, and they come back, tie it up, and then go ahead and score the game-winning touchdown. I mean, Russell Wilson is a really good quarterback that I don't think enough people talk about. He's up in Seattle. Not many people pay attention to the Pacific Northwest, I don't think. So we'll see. Their defense isn't the same as it was. They're trying to get it together. I don't know if they can take, San Francisco down, but if they can sneak in, or, whatever, get into the playoffs, could they go on the road and win games? I think so. They probably need to get their defense just a little bit better. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4. Timeout, Dallas. So they're trying a field goal. Let's hope they miss. That'll help the line out in the second half. If we can get the Cowboys going in under the Giants, it's be good. Maybe get under a touchdown for the second half, and you could take them. Other games that I like this weekend, Carolina goes out, beats up on a team, the Titans team that plays tough defense. McCaffrey's obviously a freak. If you are playing daily fantasy sports, you have to put, you know, McCaffrey on your roster. I mean, the guy is incredible. Running left and right. You know, Allen's doing enough to keep them afloat. Obviously, a rough game the week before in San Francisco, but that happened to a bunch of teams that have played in San Francisco this year. You know, it's a one-off game. He came back, win that game. They were trying to give away the 3.5 at the end late, and it was 10 points. But luckily, they covered. Um, Other games that we looked at, the Chiefs come back. Minnesota's got to win that game, right? That was the other game I had. I had Minnesota early on at 2.5, and you know you're thinking that they can win. They gave up a late field goal to tie it up, and then they lose in overtime. So it was another just bad, I don't know, bad beat, but just on the wrong side of things. And field goal's good. So if you had the under, you lost. So I spoke too soon and jinxed you. I apologize. Wasn't on purpose. But the Cowboys are leading 13-12 going into half. Live line currently is minus 3.5 at Dallas. We'll see what that will put you at for the game. 4.5. So we will see what the halftime line is here coming up. So that was an extended 2 minute period. Hopefully I got in a bunch for you. Got some opinions in. Gambling wise, let's see here. NFL. Hey, how about Houston going on the road in London? Deshaun Watson is a freak, man. I don't know how the teams passed up on him when he came out, but I know that the Bears passed up on him. I know that the Browns passed up on him. And Houston, that's a big. He's a big time player. I took them at over 8.5 wins. I think they're at 6 right now. I got the Bills win another game. They're at 6 wins. I took them at over 7 early on in the season that I sent out. So 1 win away from pushing, 2 wins from cashing. Miami wins a game. So they're off the Schneid. So Bengals are the only winless team. Oakland wins another game in a playoff, race. They got a chance to make the playoffs this year, and the biggest kind of head scratcher the weekend was Green Bay and the Chargers. Green Bay just didn't look like they wanted to play. Didn't show up. Coach was mentioning something at halftime that they were tired. They got in late to the stadium. That's just poor management. How are you getting late? Getting in late to the stadium. Didn't seem like they wanted to play, and Rivers had a good game. And it seems like whenever I bet against Philip Rivers, he plays well, and whenever I bet for him to lose, I bet against him, they win. I bet with him, he gets crushed. So I'm trying to lay off of the Chargers. I try to lay off Seattle with a significant amount of money because those teams just seem to not like me. Obviously, it's just I don't know what it is, but I do like betting on Carolina's been cashing this year. Houston's been cashing this year. If you can get Indianapolis when they're playing a good week and Adams making field goals, they can cash for you. Bet against the Browns. It's basically a good way to win some money. And Oakland's been winning a bunch this season as well. So, all right, well, halftime now. Let's see what we got. Second half line, 24, over under 24, and then minus 4.5 for the Cowboys. So that'd be, the Cowboys winning by 5.5. I think I'm going to hop on the Cowboys second half here at minus 4.5. So the Cowboys got to score, win by a touchdown. A field goal won't do it. The second half, you could wait for the live line to come out and see if you could get them at it, 3.5 to make it, potentially getting down to the field goal. But I'm going to jump on. I think you know, that was kind of a big swing in momentum for Jones throwing that pick six, or not pick six, but an interception there late, getting that field goal, get up at half. I think the Cowboys come out and roll the Giants in the second half. So I'm gonna jump on for a unit, one of my units, and that would be the Cowboys minus 4.5 second half. I'm gonna stay away from the over under. I, you know, it's back up to that means it's back up to basically 48. If you like the under early on, jump on the under for the second half and maybe hit two bets in one. But I'm going to take Dallas to basically cover minus 5.5. The beginning of the game they were at 6.5, so you're getting a point off. I like that. I think Cowboys get back on it, roll a little bit, and that'll be my play for the night. Going forward, there's a couple of crazy lines out there. You got the Chargers coming to Oakland. Should be a pretty big matchup. It's a pick 'em. Originally, Chargers were favored by 1. It's come down to opened at pick. No, the people are betting the Chargers. It's at -1 for the Chargers. Baltimore's giving 10 at Cincy. Big lines here. New Orleans, a 13-point favorite against Atlanta. You can understand why. Cleveland's a favorite against Buffalo. That seems kind of fishy. Take a look to see who's betting on them right now. Sharp money is on Cleveland, supposedly. I can't imagine Cleveland. I guess anything can happen, but I like Buffalo in this. They're playing solid. Got a solid defense. Going to stuff up the run of Chubb. This is just, I haven't really spent a ton of time on these, but, you see the Buffalo Bills play really good defense. They smother the run, get after the passer. Seems like Baker just can't handle kind of like the pressure. So, Bills getting 3. Got to take that all day. Giants are favored by 2 against the Jets. Man, the Jets look bad. Adam Gase, I don't know if he'll make it through the end of the year. Kansas City favored by 4 at Tennessee. Question mark if Matt Moore is going to keep playing, but he looks pretty solid. I mean, Andy Reid does a great job with QBs, and Matt Moore did fairly well in Miami. He just, as soon as Tannehill would get back, they'd throw Tannehill back in, and he'd get him to 8-8 and not really do much. Carolina dogs at Green Bay. Usually, if a team gets embarrassed one week, they come back, and a decent team like Green Bay, like Carolina the week before, they go to San Francisco, get embarrassed, they come home, they play well. Green Bay gets embarrassed out of the Chargers, they come home. They'll probably play pretty well. The line opened at 7, and people bet it down to 5.5. So we'll see where that falls by Friday. Tampa favored against Arizona, 4.5. It seems like a lot to be given Kyler Murray. Chicago, a 2.5 point favorite against Detroit. I don't know. Whoever wins that game, or whoever loses that game, is probably done for the season. Coming back for they'd be either 4-6 or 4-5-1, probably over for them. Miami traveling to Indianapolis. Indianapolis needs a win bad, but 10.5 seems with Fitz. Fitz is playing hard. That guy, for anything else you could say about Fitz magic, that guy comes out and balls. I mean, I don't think he throws every pass that he should, but he's throwing it hard. He's willing to risk. He's not afraid of throwing picks. Can get him in trouble, but you know what? He isn't the reason they're losing those games. He's coming out and balling, so it's fun to watch him play. L.A. at Pittsburgh, favored by 4. Pitt looked decent this weekend. Indianapolis kind of gave the game away. They should have, they went for 2 to try to have it tied up. Then they missed a field goal. 2 chances to kind of get in that. And then you got a big game. It's at Monday night. We got Seattle at San Francisco. So we'll see what this team is made of. Right now, San Fran is favored by 6. A lot of points to be given Russell Wilson. He seems to stay in these games. The one thing about San Francisco Stadium is that grass is real slippery, so might hinder some of the speed that Russell Wilson presents on the field. I mean, he's able to cut and change direction on a sloppy, field that kind of the turf kind of gives out. If it's wet, it might be beneficial to the defense of San Francisco. So keep an eye on that. We will have all of our plays out for the premium. I believe that comes out early Saturday. I know Jason Justin Bales, myself, Brad, come out with college football picks on Friday. I'll put out my stuff. There's some MAC games tomorrow. I'm going to put it on Discord. I do like one of the games tomorrow, potentially Wednesday. If you got any questions, hit me up at mush_master on Twitter, or you can check out bet_karma on Twitter as well. Send questions there. Send in to YouTube. Hope everybody's having a great night. We'll check you guys maybe Friday if you're on checking us out for the college football plays live. Don't forget to sign up at betkarma.com. Have a great night. Hopefully the Cowboys make it easy and win by 7, so you're not sweating the end of the game. Talk to you soon.